Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another crypto market update. It is a beautiful Monday morning. It is time to get positions on. It is December 2nd, 2024. No, you did not mishear me. December 2nd, we're here. We're in the Christmas season. Deck the halls with lots of profit. Ladies and gentlemen, it is going to be a fantastic Christmas season. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Hopefully you're excited. Hopefully you're doing fantastic wherever you happen to be watching us from around the world, and however you happen to be watching us today, because we are streaming on YouTube, Rumble, and X. Make sure, if you enjoy this content, if you value the progress, if you value the mission, like and subscribe. Give us a follow on Rumble. Give us a follow on X. You can follow me there at cracking_crypto. I post my alpha report every single morning and evening, Monday through Friday, and we've got a lot going on. Quick reminders before we start the show. All right. We have our Christmas season trading competition going on with a $2,000 prize pool. We will add $100 for every $1 million in trading volume. There's the second link in the description. Go sign up at BYDFi and participate in that. Top 5 traders will share 80% of the prize pool, and then the remaining 20% of the prize pool will be distributed to 20 traders with over $100 in trading volume. So if you want to get a slice of the action, just go trade over $100. It's super simple. All right. Of course, if you're watching the show and you like what you see, you want to learn the strategies, you want to have the indicators, all of that is available to our Crypto Trading Academy members. First link in the description. Come join our team. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a fantastic weekend. I hope you guys had a beautiful weekend as well. I went and screamed my lungs out at the Iowa State Cyclones game. It was great. We won. On to the Big 12. Let's go, baby. And what do I get to wake up to on Monday? I get to wake up to a pumping market. I get to wake up to great news. I get to wake up to amazing alpha. It's beautiful. It's a great day. Shout outs to those first in the chat. I see Mohammed. I see Jeremy Crandell. Thank you so much for becoming a supporter, my friend. Swing Trade Pros. Shout outs to the man over there. And I also see Yarig. Good to see you guys. Obviously, we've got a pumping market. We've got a lot to talk about. Let's not waste any time. Let's get right to it. You know what you guys came for. We've got to get the music going. Pause. Now, wait a minute. Fill my cup, put some liquor. All right. Woo! We got a request for Kusama out of the gate from Derek. We will take a look at that in just a sec. We got to run through the regs. All right, we got to run through the regs. All right, ladies and gentlemen, obviously you can see from the 10-minute chart, I'm swing long on BTC. I called that position both on X and in our Discord. But of course, we did give it to the Crypto Trading Academy members first. They get the instantaneous anytime I enter into a position. So we are swinging long on BTC. We do have some interesting resistance, and of course we'll get updated. We'll go over all the positions. You're like, oh, Justin, weren't you short? Yeah, I was short and I made a lot of money, and I still have the daily short on just for protection, but we're swinging long to the upside based on market momentum intraday. You guys got to follow along. Short is up nicely, long is up nicely in profit. We closed out of the BTC short, but again, we'll cover all of that here in just a second. All right, but let's go over the key things so you guys know what's going on, so you guys can position wisely. Overall, our trends, we have a bullish 5-minute trend. We have an indecisive 10-minute trend. It is trying to flip, obviously a bearish 30-minute trend, but we have a bullish 4-hour trend. And ladies and gentlemen, if I've impressed upon one thing to you, I hope I can simply impress this. If you want a simple bull market strategy, it's buy pullbacks. Well, where do we buy the pullbacks to? Put the super guppy on your chart. Put the guppy EMA. This is a free indicator. It's not even my indicator. It's from Chris Moody. I just use it because it's great. I could sit here and show you on all the indicators that I normally use. This is CC EMA. Of course, if you want to get into the actual meat of the strategy, this is equities. Here is our Mink strategy. This is what we bank on every single day with our baseline indicator and Minks. All right. In addition to our time transformation and BBWP strategy. But this is our Minx indicator. This is our premium indicator. This is our primary money maker. As we can see, it has not called. We were operating this on the 1-hour time frame. Beautifully called the short position right here. Told you to take profit right at the bottom of the movement. Has not called a long yet because that's how it works. Short here, long here, and then of course we had a losing trade right there. Overall, very good, but then catching all these longs on the way up. Ethereum, same thing. Short, take profit. Hasn't called a long yet. Solana, tripled down on the short here, snagged the profit on Solana. So really good. This is the Mink strategy. Again, you guys can get that in the Crypto Trading Academy. Let's get back to the important skibbity-dee. Like we already went over the trends. All right, where are we at on the daily? We're consolidating at the 10 DEMA. All right, that's why overall when we zoom out, I'm very bullish intraday, but when we zoom out daily time frame, what are we doing? Well, we're consolidating sideways. We should have the bullish bias to the upside. Where is the daily pullback zone for aggressive pullbacks? It's going to be the 10 DEMA. So very similar to the Guppy strategy on the 4-hour time frame. We're buying pullbacks to the 4-hour. We're just going long anytime price comes back. And this is going to pretty much apply to any asset across the board. Crypto tends to have some pretty common strategies that work pretty well across the board. But on the on the daily, the 10 DEMA is that strong delineation between really aggressive trend, and then we look at our 30 and our 50 DEMA for those more extreme pullbacks. That's when we really want to load up on spot. That's when we really want to load up on low leverage long positions, as long as you can stomach it. Obviously, weekly time frames looking very good. We've had roughly a week of consolidation so far, and so I think the pump is primed for us to actually take a stab up. December is historically one of the most bullish months in crypto, so we should be putting in some really good gains here. Listen, I have to say that you guys know that going into Thanksgiving, I floated the idea that we're going to have the Thanksgiving Day massacre because we've seen it happen over and over again. We didn't get that. We didn't get a big dump. We have had some pretty significant pullbacks on mid caps. All right. And of course, the Solana meme coin market has been kind of crushed over the last week. We've seen a lot of exodus to base. So the whole narrative right now is that it's base meme season. That's where you need to be. So go get on Farcast. Shout outs to Yes to Crypto. You guys are killing it over there. Thank you so much for rating so many times from Farcast. I need to be posting on there much more often. I've got the Warpcast app on my phone, but guys, I'm just really busy right now. I'm making new strategies. I'm coming up with new courses for the group. I'm obviously trading my cojones off. Yeah, it is what it is. This is not the downtime right now. Plus, I'm also just trying to be extremely consistent with the daily streams. I'm trying to be very consistent with posting every single day and evening on X and in the Discord. And then I've got people coming out of the woodworks like, hey, we should do a weekly report. We should do this. We should do tutoring. We should do all this. And it's like, guys, I'm just one person. All right. So submit any applications to support@krakencryptocurrency.com if you guys want to come join the team on a more professional basis. So that's where we're at for Bitcoin. When we look at our key levels for the day, let's zoom in. And we'll talk about the dynamics that we've seen so far. We do have an interesting kind of area coming up. So looking at the intraday on Bitcoin, we have our point of control where price consolidated, and we've now broken up from around 95,253. That's right there with VWAP. VWAP is at 96,452. So we blasted from the point of control, had this consolidation throughout the very early morning hours from essentially 3 o'clock to 7 a.m. this morning. And then right into the New York Open, we just start pumping very hard. And I caught this. I saw this immediately. I saw the breakup from support. We're already at, this is also a little bit more of a significant support on the 30-minute time frame, and I just went long. And so far, again, same kind of pullback strategy on the 5-minute applies intraday. If you guys want to kind of scalp like that, that works as well. But it just depends on how active you want to be. You're going to be very, very well served just using the 4-hour time frame, buying those active pullbacks to those levels and going. Value area low for the day is going to be 94,240 to 95,311, the most profitable area to pick up longs. As we can see, anytime we're seeing kind of big consolidation, a point of control forming, and we're in the value area low, you know what I mean? It's a good bet to the upside. Just saying. Yeah, so I bought the breakout. Excuse me, no, I didn't buy this breakout. I'll be very honest with you guys. I bought the pullback. All right, I bought the pullback. So we got into position about an hour ago, hour and a half ago, give or take. And we're pushing up nicely. Value area high is going to be 97,541 to 98,612. We just tapped it. We just tapped one standard deviation of VWAP. We should most likely see a pullback. If we're going to pump aggressively into the value area high, that pullback will only come back to about 97,037. It's possible we see a little bit more pronounced pullback now to VWAP to position up, but I would like to see price continue to aggressively pump throughout the morning hours here. What's going on? Mikado, good to see you. We'll check out eGold here in just a little bit, my brother. So that's what we got. Let's take a little bit more of a bird's eye view. Look at the 10-minute. Again, we can see that consolidation break up through the guppy bands right there. So far, we've maintained that strong bullish trend. If we had a 10-minute pullback, it'd be pulling us back to about 96,666. Totally fine. Obviously, we're targeting 98,000. 30-minute time frame. Again, Nice deviation below these levels of support. We had this level of support, broke down below it, back above it. So, so for the bulls today, kind of the big picture here is we want to see approximately $96,000 hold. We want to see $96,000 hold. We're still ranging. If we're going to go for a breakout today, then we've got to flip 96,000 as support. We need to make a further push. We do have strong resistance coming in at 98,000. We'll see that here in just a little bit. All right, let's check out the 4 hour. Again, same thing. We had that deviation. All right, this is where I got concerned and why I'm still concerned and why I'm not just going to be like, oh, it's bulls to the moon, up only, up only, up only for Bitcoin. We have to look at this. So obviously throughout all of the breakout from November 5th to where we're at right now, we didn't really have any serious pullbacks into the 4 hour buy zone. Completely fine. But then the first pullback was not aggressive. It was a deviation, and we've had this long sloping consolidation ever since then, up leading up into Thanksgiving. So that's where we're at right now. Now, the structure, and I've gone over this very many times, kind of a common reversal structure that we'll see. All right. Obviously, we've got our Adam and Eves, right? We're well on the bottom as well as the tops. But what we're seeing here is that deviation. We're going below the guppies here. All right. That's important. And then we form a lower high. That's concerning. All right, that's concerning. That's why, I mean, most traders will tell you like, well, if this fails, right? And that is kind of like, yeah, if that fails, then we're going to 85. All right, I've already talked about this. If this fails, we're going to 85, if not 75. So we obviously this big picture needs to hold. But for the BULAs, for the more immediate price term action, we need this kind of midpoint to hold to really maintain bullish market structure, and that's about 94,000. So now in the more shorter term, we've kind of had this flip of 96,000. So very aggressively, we want to see $96,000 hold on any pullbacks intraday to have a hope of pushing up and blasting through this $98,000 resistance. If that fails, okay, we get a more pullback. We really stop losing. I personally stop losing the bullish. We're going back up quickly if we get down below 94,000. And then, below 91,000, you need to be short. You need to be short down to 85. Does that mean we're going to the bottom of the market's going to fall out? Absolutely not. We need to buy here and we need to buy here. All right, we need to load up for the next route to 100,000, 200,000 throughout 2025. So that's where we got. That's the big picture game plan for BTC. That's where we're at. Resistance at 98,000. And just because I'm a principal trader, I still have the daily short on. I'll be managing risk. If we break out, cool. I lose 2% on my account, but my my long is going to be printing money. So it's totally fine. You have to take on risk to offset risk at some points in time. So again, nice RR trade here down to that $85,000 level of support. If we decide to, if that scenario plays out that I'm talking about, where we don't hold 96, where we don't hold 94, where we're not able to break through the $98,000 level of resistance. So that's the game plan. Pretty simple, honestly. Basic common understanding of support and resistance and market dynamics, and just understanding that the market needs to prove its bullish market structure, right? Like look what's happened. We've deviated below. That to me is something significant. That's something to pay attention to. That doesn't happen very often. And when it does happen, it usually means that the trend is done. That doesn't mean it has to be, right? But the fact that we have not really been able to we haven't made a higher high. We've made a lower high. All right, we've made a lower high, grinding, push down. And so I like this enthusiastic push to the upside, but it's still just a lower high so far. So all right, so that's what we got on BTC. Crypto Bull 21, good to see you, my brother. Man, the myth, the legend himself. Let's go to Ethereum. Obviously, Ethereum, we got a 5-minute bullish trend, an indecisive 10-minute trend, a bearish 30-minute trend, and a bullish 4-hour trend. We pulled back. See, I love Ethereum. Every time Ethereum's pulled back to this 4-hour guppy, you just long it. You just do it, all right? Again, same thing. 4-hour guppy is not the same as the 10 DEMA, the 10 daily exponential moving average, but we can see the same concept. In an aggressive trend, pullbacks to the 10 DEMA are to be bought. Pullbacks to the 10 DEMA are to be bought. Pullbacks to the 10 DEMA are to be bought. Burn it into your brain. Put it on a placard. Put it on your wall. It'll make you make better trades. All right, so those are our trends. Overall, nice bullish trend. Again, losing that 10 DEMA at 35.44 is probably going to be a pullback to the 30 DEMA at 32.47 if we do end up reversing course. And then on the 4-hour, we start to get concerned if we're getting below 35.35. So that's basically where we're managing risk intraday. On the 5-minute time frame, we did obviously swing long. I think Ethereum can make a push for new weekly highs today. I think we've got the momentum. We shall see. But overall, we've got our point of control at 36.71. So we had a lot of consolidation here. We can see that this is intraday resistance. So we consolidated nicely down here in the value area low, made a nice pushback up to VWAP, encountered resistance here, pulling back a little bit. If we can stay above 36.42, we'll maintain very bullishness. Would be very bullish, and it's probably push right above and break, blast through this point of control, but we'll see. We've got our value area high at 3,719 up to 3,777, and our value area low from 3,597 down to 3,539. So again, we don't really want to get back down here if we're going to pump for the day, which I would like us to do. 10-minute flip, pull back to 3,640 maybe. We are rejecting from 30-minute resistance, but again, we already went over that. That's just that point of control. I think the more germane thing is looking at this 4-hour buy zone, seeing that nice aggressive reaction, and I would like us to continue up on higher. Of course, we want to be a little bit concerned about this rounded top right here. All right. Rounded top, lower high, but that's fine. Listen, like, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to continue when price gives us an opportunity to continue trading to the upside, which has been the dominant direction. We're going to take it if we're going to be active traders. And we have nice invalidation. Price breaks down below these levels. Okay, cool. Well, we're done kind of swinging long. We're pretty sure that price is going to slide down, and we'll just buy at the next level of support. Ethereum's pretty simple. All right. Solana. All right. We covered this. Obviously, I swung short on Solana at this level of resistance. I actually did end up just closing out here. We'll see if that was the right thing to do. I obviously closed it out on this double bottom, expecting us to push to the upside, but I don't want to long Solana. I just closed my short. I'm not longing Solana. There's a couple reasons. Like, obviously Solana has been an overperformer, and so, you know, it got overextended. It has pulled back. We do have a daily double bottom at the 30 DEMA. So, I mean, by all rights, I should just be loading up on Solana, but the reason I'm not is because I just think there's better other opportunities. I rolled most of my Solana into Aptos, and I'm wishing I had re-rolled it back into XRP, to be quite honest with you. But again, you don't want to have those patterns of thinking. Like, I looked at XRP and I closed my trade out like a little bit lower, you know, and so I didn't, obviously I have spot, but my leverage trade, I didn't really capture a whole lot of this because my eyes were on other things, and this largely happened over the weekend. But that is a dangerous way to think. That is the seductive voice of greed and FOMO whispering into your ear, and that is not how you maintain long-term success as a trader. It's not how you dispassionately manage your capital. It's not how you successfully do this day in and day out. I've been able to be a profitable trader since 2018, and it's not because I constantly look at the charts and think, oh, I wish I would have sized up on that more. All of those thoughts are negative, and negativity is not going to help you out as a person, and it's not going to help you out as a trader. It's going to make you bitter. It's going to make you take excess risk that you don't need to take. It's going to make you take poor entries instead of being patient and waiting for your opportunity. And it's going to make you really just try and follow the herd, which always tends to enter at the worst time and sell at the worst time, rather than being a self-made individual, concocting your own strategy and sticking to your strategy. Those are the tools to long-term success. So 5-minute XRP, bullish trend. 10-minute, bullish trend. 30-minute, bullish trend. 4-hour, bullish trend. Are you seeing a pattern here? Are you not entertained? Looking at the 5-minute time frame, we do have our point of control down at $2.31 approximately, about $2.31 and a half a shilling, half a half penny. Again, nice bullish trend. We are starting to get a little overheated here. So as I said, I'm not really looking to up thrust XRP here. Again, nice kind of volume spike in here. Looking a little toppy in the short term, probably a pullback. Key levels intraday, we went over the point of control. The VWAP's down right there as well at $2.44. Our value area high from 263 to 281. Value area low from 207 to 225. So again, we're in the value area high, not where I long, and we can see the 10-minute, wick, we just put in that wick. This is a pretty nice common reversal pattern, expecting a little bit of a pullback here. That's fine. Don't hate the messenger. I told you guys XRP was going to $3. I mean, I said this, I've been consistent on this. Magnus, yeah, H bar is really popping today. Sorry, that's my Nero low cap. Yeah, H bar, yeah, really popping off today. Just beautiful gains, 20% up in the last 4 hour candle. You love to see it. You love to see it. We'll get to that in just a little bit. Let's finish with our big dogs here. So yeah, I'm just holding on for dear life on XRP with my spot. No reason to recycle out whatsoever at this point in time. You know, again, where are we looking for? I mean, we're in a very aggressive bullish trend. 4 hour aggressive pullback would be 222. Buy zone would be about 175 on XRP. The 10 DEMA is coming in at 186. So we would if we went down to the 10 DEMA, we would probably deviate and hit that 4 hour buy zone potentially, but I'm not really seeing anything. Probably price intraday at the very least. Either comes back to 255 and just keeps going, or we get something more like a more reasonable pullback to like 231 and consolidate for a little bit. But I mean, we consolidated here, but I don't know. I don't really feel like. Yeah, you got that right, man. All right, and finally, let's talk about Doge, our beloved doggy, my favorite crypto next to Bitcoin. Oh, this cycle anyways, as long as Elon Musk has anything to do with Trump's presidency. We've got a bullish 5-minute trend. We have an indecisive 10-minute trend, a bearish 30-minute trend, and a bullish 4-hour trend. And again, guys, you know, we saw the pullback. We saw the pullback into the 4-hour buy zone. So what did? We bought. All right. I think Doge has a good chance to break and hit that 50, 55 cent, 60 cent this week. So I'm taking some risk on Doge. Of course, and we've got some pretty tight invalidation. We don't want to see a daily close below the 10 DEMA. It's about 41 cents. Key levels intraday on Doge. We've got the... hold on. Hold up. Wait a minute. Let me put some crypto in it. I need a drink. Sorry, guys. We've got the point of control at 0.42984. And that's right there with our VWAP at 0.43135. Our value area low is 0.3. I can't really even read that. What is going on? Why is it green? 0.38813 to 0.40934. So again, you know, not same thing, right? Listen, like consolidation in the value area low, push up to the VWAP, push up to the point of control, and then we saw Bitcoin really surpass that. Value area high is 0.45123 to 0.4776. So still targets intraday here. But yeah, I think we can do, like, we got the 4-hour setup right here. I think we can do 55 cents on the breakout here. We just have this resistance here. We kind of overcame this resistance here, but I mean, really, we're still struggling with it, right? So still resistance at 0.44, as I've been saying pretty much for the last week. Nice higher low right here on this pullback. So we just want to see this higher low hold. If this higher low doesn't hold, then we're probably coming back down to test support at 0.35, and I'm going to be out of the long. So yeah, that's what we got on Doge. So pretty bullish today, guys. And I mean, you know, we're up nicely. Bitcoin just pulled back. Hopefully we push from here. This is another higher low. All right, pulling back to that buy zone on the 5-minute time frame if we're going to maintain the 5-minute trend to the upside. 10-minute aggressive band, 30-minute aggressive band, holding above the 4-hour level of support. All right, broader market look. What do we got? We've got GOAT. I mean, listen, I still have some GOAT, but like, gosh diggity darn. We're underneath the trend, so we're not in a bullish trend. We are actually in a bearish trend. We attempted to break back up above here, trying to get back above that 80 cent mark. Didn't happen. I am quite bullish on BOEM. I'm not gonna lie. I like this kind of inverted, hopefully forming head and shoulders pattern. BOEM above 0.0098 is very, very bullish to me. But I also just like the BOEM community, so that's me. Cardano making a push for it. Cardano attempting to break out, actually breaking out above 1.15. So maybe Cardano, likely Cardano starts running like XRP. Pepe Lafrog really reversed this big deviation below. We do have this, as I said, descending triangle that we're forming at the top, and now breakout, pullback, retest. So I would probably go in on Pepe here. I'd probably go in on Pepe, and I'd probably manage risk at about 1800. Aptos, I'm very bullish on Aptos. I rolled my Solana into Aptos. I think Aptos is going to break out. I think we could hit $20 Aptos here very shortly. Obviously, could have rolled that into HBAR, but whatever. Ohm is still like super trying to figure out what it's going to do. We can see we've reached the apex, the descending triangle, and just still moving sideways. Had a big dive to the downside, but it got bought up. So again, right now, Ohm, I would just be watching for like a breakout of like 375. Algorand as well, kind of looking like Aptos, attempting to push for the breakout. We do have the stiff resistance at about 51 cents. Again, Algorand is that, just so you guys are clear here, I'm really prioritizing, obviously we've got some meme coins on here, but I'm really prioritizing HBAR, Algo. I had XLM on here, and of course Cardano, because those are American coins, and I think that American coins, American companies are going to benefit tremendously. Nero didn't quite hit my TP, and we did really good. We're back at entry right now. How's this look to me? I don't really like that. Yeah, we're 50% out on Nero, so probably just close. All right, let's take a look at the broader markets, and then we'll get to some of the chart requests. And we have a request for Turbo as well from Terry A. We'll get to you, man. Dana Clausen over on Rumble says, you didn't miss out on HBAR and XRP. It's only the beginning. Get some and hold for 5 years and see what you got. Listen, I love that. I love the enthusiasm. I love to hear it. I do. So just to be very, very clear, I am an XRP holder. I have been an XRP holder for approximately 4 years now. I don't have as much HBAR as I want. I probably should have sized up more. I have far more XRP. I have a significant amount of XRP, and I would say that my big bet spot wise for this cycle, it is and has been Doge. But wise words. Appreciate that. Alex81SG says updates on DAI on Pulse. Quite the pump and dump last few days. Still makes sense to hold. I would roll my DAI into incentive on Pulsechain. That is what I did. Yeah, Evan will second me there. Yeah, DAI blew the hell up. We can talk about that a little bit more later. All right, let's look at ZAO. All right, gold is not really doing anything for the day. Still consolidating at our major moving averages. I don't really see a massive break in either direction. Definitely, obviously quite bullish on gold moving forward. We just got way too much geopolitical instability with the Russia-Ukraine situation and the China-Taiwan situation. Obviously, you know, you have to assume that America's main priority is going to be pulling out of the European theater of war to prioritize on the Pacific theater of war with the imminent invasion of Taiwan by China. They are they are massively ramping up for an invasion of Taiwan, estimated to occur around 2027. So that is certainly the military priority is getting that. And I mean, listen, we have so much opportunity to not have a hot war with China, and there could be a lot of fringe. We're going to have a cold war with China if we don't have a hot war with China. And there are a lot of reasons for that. I could go into it, but we have a. We'll get into that if you guys want me to, but mark my words, that's what's going to happen. We're gearing up for a Pacific theater of war. Trump wants us out of the European theater of war for numerous reasons, and just the primary threat to America is not necessarily what's going on in Europe. It's what's going to happen in the Pacific theater of war. So hopefully we don't have a hot war. If we do, obviously it's going to be good for gold. But either way, It's not just events that drive demand. It's not just events that drive price. It is sentiment, and certainly gold is going to maintain a very bullish sentiment. Silver as well. Silver down at 30 underneath the daily trend right here. Nice double bottom on the daily. Silver could come a little bit lower. We do have support at 28. But overall, I'd be looking for breaks of silver on $31. And gold, again, getting above 26.58 would be good to see here. UNG, again, you guys know that I'm very, very bullish on UNG. Gapped down today, down to about 1391. I'm overall kind of looking for 18, 20, 25. But let's look at crude futures. What did crude futures do? Crude futures still, again, look at that. I love this. I love to see it. Lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. I'm really, you guys know that I'm looking for crude to break down. I want to see 52. I want to see 44. I want to see 34. I want to see crude much, much, much longer, much lower, excuse me. We've got the SPY, nice, breaking out of IVV is 606.56, so new highs. Qs pushing for new highs. Not quite there yet on the triple Qs. But overall, very, very good. Very, very bullish stock market today. Spilling over into crypto. Life is good. SMCI. Maybe I should add that to my watch list here. Not crypto. Long options from 28, you lucky dog. Look at that. That is nice. That is nice. I need another stock. Evan, pitch me another stock. I need to fill up this slot. MicroStrategy, again, Citadel Capital still keeping it down, but we are at the 10 DEMA, so this is going to be that aggressive bounce point right there. So 385.91. You've got some nice invalidation at the low of 338.70 to swing to the long side. ARC, okay, yeah, of course, ARC, yeah. You're like, look at this motherfucker. We got Hedera hash graph in the stock market. Look at this thing. All right, we'll take a look. We'll take a look in just a little bit. All right, MicroStrategy still chilling at 384.97 right now. Again, this is probably the good pullback pickup zone with some tight invalidation. Getting down below this, we're going to be looking at our 30-50 daily exponential moving average buy zone right there. That's going to be around 323.84 to 282.48. Coinbase, you know, nicely consolidating. We're forming a little bit, not too much, but a little bit of a symmetrical triangle right here as resistance. Current support at 288.16. Again, we are consolidating at the 10 DEMA, so this is where I would look for continued push to the upside. NVIDIA has pulled back down to the 50 daily exponential moving average. On previous attempts, we did break down below, but we do have a little bit more of a bullish trend right here. So I would definitely be long on NVIDIA here, at least a backup to retest 145.33. Tesla gapped up today. Tesla looking very nice. Of course, we do, of course, have this resistance at around 360 that we haven't been able to overcome. But again, just pullbacks to the 10 DEMA. Easy, simple, calm, effective trading, ladies and gentlemen. So I would hold Tesla. I probably would get puts right now, just because it looks like we're going to range, even though we're creeping up a little bit higher. I don't know. I guess I would probably just be a little bit bullish since we gapped up. Palantir grinding back up to the upside, looking for that breakout today. We did make a new high on Palantir today, but sold off. But again, overall, just grinding up on that 10 DEMA. As long as we're trading above 64.21, I'd be long on Palantir. And Vistra here pulling back to the 10 DEMA. I would be going long on Vistra here, guys. I would be going long on Vistra. We're at that 10 DEMA support. All right. Okay. All right. All right, Evan. I see you. You bottom buyer, dude. Yeah, looks like ARC's in the middle of a big breakout right here. Breaking above the 200 SMA, which had previously been acting as support. So, I mean, obviously a lot of excitement, a lot of enthusiasm. Big gap up today as well, and up 40% just in one day. Gosh darn, man. All right. FCEL and CAN. All right, I'm maxed out. I gotta cover the, but I'll put them on my watch list. No, over here, random asset. I like the look of FCEL. That volume right there. So they must have beat earnings really good. All right. Let's see here. All right, so that's US equities. We pretty much covered everything. Getting back, taking a quick look at our strategies. Went over this a little bit earlier. The Mink strategy, again, obviously called this short pullback. We are rejecting right now from the 1 hour baseline right now. Hasn't called any additional positions. We did get, obviously, on Ethereum, the short take profit on Ethereum with the Mink strategy. And then on Solana, of course, we tripled up on the short risk right here and ended up taking profit right there. So overall, Mink strategy is doing very, very, very well. I need a little bit more water. I did know that about Can. So I mean, yeah, just literally anything associated. All right. Yeah, Bitcoin had a little bit more of a pullback, 96,213. I do like this level as well. Yeah, so this is where we want to go. And if we don't, then we're probably going to lose that bullish momentum for the day as we're going to swing into the afternoon hours. Of course, still early morning, still volatility's there. But I like the upside. All right, so we got some chart requests. Let's cover that. Before we do that, I want to hear from today's sponsor. Not just today's, but it's like everyday sponsor. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, go sign up at BYDFi. It is the second link in the description. We are currently hosting our Christmas season trading competition. We put $2,000 in the prize pool. Top 5 traders are going to share 80% of that, and we add $100 to the prize pool for every $1 million in trading volume. BYDFi is the official exchange partner of the show. You can enjoy them without using a VPN. You can enjoy them without having to KYC. So they are North American friendly. The vast majority of their business is in North America. So very American, Canadian, all those restricted countries friendly. Don't let restrictive policies keep you from profiting in the bull market. You'll have access to up to 200x leverage on futures, access to over 600 pairs. You'll enjoy 0% spot trading fees. And you can you can demo trade so you can learn how to trade without risking your capital. And they will be introducing their new copy trading feature very shortly, of which you can come and copy trade me. They also have a really great app. They really, really do. My biggest complaint, my only complaint about their web platform is that when you put in a trade, you don't see it on the chart, but it's not like that on the app. You can absolutely see it. So I often end up just I do my analysis and I put the trades in on the web app, and then I monitor everything on my phone, which is like pretty nice and convenient. So anyways, sign up for the trading competition. It is the second link in the description, and thank you to BYDFi for continuing to support this channel. All right. Let's get into, here we go. Let's get into today's chart requests. We had a lot of them. First up, from Derek Guidas, we've got Kusama. Okay. Big picture. Okay. All right, so big picture, KSM's down bigly. So I would assume that all of the VCs, most of the initial investors, they're out, and this is what it looks like when all the VCs dump on you. That's what it looks like. We so far have not been overperforming so far this season. And that's okay. We are, if we refer to our alt season index, we are now in alt season. So this is where we can pretty much expect anything to rip to the upside. We do have KSM currently trading at about slightly underneath $40. All right. And we can see this long scale consolidation down basically at not approximately where we're at. But we have targets. I mean, previous all-time high is 622. So that is about 1,500% to the upside. So big upside. More moderate upside is about 81% to the upside just on local resistance. And then we get up to something like 134, which would be like 367 to the upside. So those are our potentials to the upside. Looking at the daily time frame, obviously KSM had a big pop to the upside here on Saturday. Not this most recent Saturday, but the previous Saturday, excuse me. Pulled back to the 10 daily exponential moving average and just consolidating here nicely. All our major moving averages have now broken up above the 200 simple moving average, which I like to see. Money flow index, of course, peaked here, has pulled back a little bit. Volatility peaked here as well. Again, so I like this. Obviously, we're either going to find support here, likely consolidate here at the 10 DEMA. The more conservative buy zone on a pullback would be between $26 and $29, which is where our 30 and our 50 daily exponential moving averages are going to go in. That is where I would be setting spot buys. That's about 30% to the downside. So I'd be setting spot buys right here just to capitalize on any pullbacks. But I think KSM has good potential to go up here to $60. It's just after a huge move like that, there's a market reset. So however long that takes, don't have a ton of structure. Let's go down to the 4 hour and look at 4 hour structure here real quick. So overall, I like this. KSM pulled back to the 30. Lower high. And so we do have pretty stiff resistance at about $42.50. Now we've pulled back to the 54-hour moving average. So overall, I like this. This is a higher low as well. So this is likely not a bad spot to be targeting longs with invalidation right below here. Overall, I don't really want to see price close below this. So you have two options. You can either kind of look in this area to be a little bit more aggressive, kind of spotting the lower high, expecting the lower high, and then managing risk below this low, approximately anywhere from like 35.50 to 34.50. So pretty tight, relatively tight invalidation. You could obviously set those spot buys down around that 10, or excuse me, the 30 and 50 daily exponential moving averages on the daily time frame, just to capitalize on any dumps and hold. And then you can also watch for this breakout of about, I'd say 43.50. I would buy the breakout of 43.50 and then be looking for new highs on the daily. So that would be my strategy for KSM. Thank you, Derek, for the chart request, my friend, and appreciate you supporting the channel. Swing Trade Pros wants me to look at eGold. Doing very nicely. You know, I like the eGold chart a lot better than Kusama because this is a much more natural push to the upside and a longer period of consolidation, and then also a little bit more of an impressive rally here earlier in 2023. Yeah, because Kusama, I remember Kusama doing this in December of 2023, going up like 200%. This is nice. So eGold pretty much at local resistance right now, $43 to $45. We have obviously shifted the trend. All major moving averages are above the 200 simple moving average. Life is pretty good. Money flow is peaked out right now. So we are diverging away from the 10 DEMA. This is not where I enter trades. I always enter trades on pullbacks, ideally. Let's see here. Yeah, so overall pretty good. 10 DEMA is coming in at $40.44. That's where I target entries. If we're going to have a little bit more of a pronounced pullback at any point in time, I'd be setting spot buys in this zone between the 30 and 50 DEMA, so between 30 and 34. Or excuse me, 32 and 34, sorry. 4 hour time frame, let's take a peek. Looks like we've advanced from one consolidation zone to the other. So currently 4-hour resistance is about 46.15. And we have 4-hour support around $40.92. So right where that 50 DEMA, or excuse me, right where that 50 exponential moving average is. So I would just be watching for any kind of pullbacks. Maybe I would expect maybe a pullback to $40 here. And then a push up. And we saw that kind of exact same dynamic right over here when price broke out, made new highs, kind of entered into consolidation, pulled back down to the 50, and then pushed up for new highs. So that's exactly what I'd be watching for right now. Pulling back to the 50 around $40.20. Oh, but overall Eagle looking pretty good, man. Great performance. What are we up so far? From the bottom, up about 100%. So life's good. Appreciate that. Evan, thank you so much for supporting the channel, brother. Terry A asked me to look at Turbo. TRB USDT. Let's take a gandy here. Not a super strong directional trend. The 200 SMA is actually trending to the downside and acting as resistance currently. It has been acting as resistance for a bit. But 'tis the season. We do have very strong support. We put in a nice triple bottom down here about $51.72. So that looks very good to me. And we are attempting to kind of flip this resistance of about 76.50 into support. So very basically the same pattern. We don't, however, have all major moving averages breaking out above the 200 SMA. So we're not in that strong trend yet. So we're either in a very advantageous buy zone or TRB is just not going to perform as we would want them to. Are getting a daily reversal signal right now. I wouldn't put too much stock in that coming off this long and continuation long right here. So overall, pretty good trade. The daily Mink strategy caught that pretty well. I would be watching for pullbacks down here to about 68.47 for another opportunity to enter. Just pullbacks to that daily 50 exponential moving average. I wouldn't want to see a close below that because we've seen price successfully support, and this would be yet another higher low. So higher low, higher low. I'd like to see a higher low. And then, yeah, price sustaining above the 200 SMA would be good to see. But I think we're kind of in that, you know, TRB seems to be kind of in that in-between zone. We have this big pump up, so we have a lot of consolidation, or excuse me, a big chunk of accumulation right here, kind of a mad dash. Initial profit taking. And so that initial profit taking has also seen a new influx of buyers. So we have a new level of support right here. So we do want to maintain that on the push up if we are just going to continue trending for TRB. But like I said, not necessarily a strong pronounced trend that we've seen yet so far. That's where I'd be watching. I'd be watching for about 68.11 to have another opportunity for reentry, managing risk probably at $60, and then looking for another daily close above 75. I'll also be very bullish if we close above the 200 SMA here and then just continue pushing to the upside here. That would be also very good to see as well. Let's see here. Profit Bear, Jesus is making new lows, making me super bullish. Hell yeah, man. Alex, because you asked about DAI, let's take a closer look at it. I'm not going to be signing in right now on GMGN. This is, by the way, this is what I would be in on Pulsechain incentive. But let's here we go. That's not it. No, that's not what I want. I gotta go find the Pulsechain. Why do I always have trouble finding this goddamn thing? It's so frustrating. I mean, I'm not frustrated. I'm cool. Could somebody please? Thank you so much, Alex. I thank you. Yeah. Appreciate you, man. It's like they make it intentionally hard to find. Yeah, here we go. Prophet Bear with the 10 gifties. What's up? Woo! Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. We got Sean Daly, Paul Singleton, Ron Legato, Vic, FYI, Chase, B-Flow, Yorsip, Fetty, and Gingerfication. Now part of the YouTube family. All because of Prophet Bear. Do not forget to thank your gifters, ladies and gentlemen. Very grateful. Thank you so much, brother. Oh, we got Flimp in the house? See, I was rolled up. Sorry, man. No, my bad. I had the chat scrolled up because I was doing chart requests, and I didn't see the current chat. So let me Algo, huh? No, I got Algo. I see him. I see him talking. This is not what I want either. I want DAI to wrapped PLS. Here, Pulsechain. Is it this one? There we go. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. Yeah, this is C1, right? Yeah, C1. All right. So yes. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been. I mean, when did I initially call this? I mean, you know, around March or May. What, we're up about 400%. Yes. So yeah, Alex, I would roll my PDI into incentive. I think like overall this is good. Could we continue to move up? Are we going to hit price parity? I mean, probably not. Like absolutely not. That would be ridiculous. You know, like a penny is pretty good. I think obviously DAI could continue to do well. I mean, Pulsechain's really waking up. But again, just kind of like meme coin season, you just kind of got to roll into where the capital is rotating. So I think incentive's probably good. And that one's easy to get on. All right, Algo. Okay, yes. Sorry, I see you guys. Algo. We're gonna watch Algo. We got the Algo watch. Algo's right here. I got Algo. I watch it all day, every day. All right, so we're looking for the Algo breakout. I like this. Listen. What did I say earlier? Well, yeah, I mean, we just had a nice aggressive pullback on this morning down to the aggressive buy zone, breaking back up above. You can see the stiff resistance. This is literally what I said just a little bit ago. High. Strong support at 49 cents. All right, so listen, if you guys are gonna ape, if we're gonna ape together, Ape together strong. We got to manage risk at 49.22, or we buy the breakout at 50. All right. All right. Let me pull open my chart. I got to put some money in the account. Just a second. My assets. Transfer. Or wait. No, just go to futures. USDTM. Transfer from spot. Quantity. 1,000. Yeah, all. Derivatives. USDTM. All right. Let's go. I'm in with you, dude. Come on. Okay. Isolated 20x. I'm thinking. Do the trick. All right, there. I'm in. Let's go. Ape together strong. Oh, look at that. Up $200. Nice. And 100. 175. Flintbot says buy here, stop at 485 and walk away. Okay, yeah, let me put it on 45. Walk away. We got a target. No target. Infinity. You're like, whatever Bitcoin's price is, bro. 10,000. Yeah, for sure. Just straight green. All right, we're back up to 200. Oh, 300. H bar had similar price action like this. Hold on. I'll go H bar. Let's get it on the 10-minute here. Yeah, I mean, what I really love to see is, I mean, listen, it's a bullish day, stock market all-time highs, and yeah, just continually buying these pullbacks on the 5-minute buy zone. Can we get over resistance? Can we break through? Guys, I need you to go do your due diligence right now and market buy resistance. Do it for the team. Do it for the team. All right, what do we got? Hold on. Goat, still chilling. Boom, still chilling. Cardano pushing up nice as well. A little bit of resistance. Pepe is probably a screaming buy right here. Aptos, I'm gig along on Aptos, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. SMCI did have a nice move. It's up 30%, almost 30% on the day. Yeah, your call options from 28. You're a beast. Yeah, I would be lit too, brother. Gap fill to 50. Take the money and run, man. Take the money and run. Profit Bear, thank you again for those 10 gifty, man. I don't want to overlook that. We got really excited here because got me pulling up my Robinhood, man. What's going on? Trade or trade options? What do we got? No. Life's good. Pull back buy. There we go. There you go. Yes, I'll look at Jesus. Give me a second, brother. The Wanderer has a CHEX USD. Absolutely, my friend. I will look at the CHEX. Monthly hammer candle last month at the bottom of the range. Double bottom monthly. Any pullback on FCEL equals a buy. This is the aggressive pullback on Algo, and that's a buy. Pump it up. Pump up the noise. Pump up the volume, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's take a pause and go look at Jesus first. Jesus and then checks. We need to add this to the watch list right here, so I can find it and never ever lose it. And then we'll get incentive to Wrapped Pulse. Add this to the watch list so we never ever lose it, although the odds of losing it are pretty slim. All right. Why is it white? What is going on? Oh, that's kind of cool. What is happening? Okay, thank you. Hey. All right. It's been a while since we've visited Jesus. Let's get rid of VRVP. And let's talk about this. So previously, when we had discussed Jesus, we had this kind of falling, not necessarily falling wedge pattern, but kind of this downtrend. We were able to break above. We talked about the resistance. We talked about the buy zone. So the Jesus buy zone is right here. About 5,003 to 73.61. All right, so that's the buy zone. We are at support. All right. So this is our previous level of support. Obviously, Jesus had a nice push to the upside here. Lower high, double bottom, broke down below the double bottom. So now we face resistance at 1502. We're now trading at 1082. Can we get our moving averages, please? Is that too much to ask? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, just moving average, huh? Yeah. $200. 10. 30. 50. All right. Appreciate you, Flip. Thanks for coming in, tossing my money down the drain. Love you, man. God bless you. Yeah, so listen, here's what's up with Jesus. So we have this pullback approximately to previous support and also the 200 simple moving average on the daily. What we've noticed, and this is generally the case for almost all cryptos that have potential, is that anything underneath the 200 daily simple moving average is long-term buy zone area, with few exceptions. Jesus had its most significant rally, obviously, in December of 2023. This is not an insignificant rally that we've experienced, basically from September to, well, really the rally occurred from September to October. Price rallied about 370%. We have given back the majority of those gains, and we're kind of pulling back into the origin of that movement right now. So certainly, unfortunately, we have lost the short-term bullish momentum. Whether or not we're going to need a winding up period like this remains to be seen. All right, remains to be seen. And again, we established that the most critical level of support where we have lots of position buyers is 6182. So we're just entering the reaccumulation zone for Jesus. So I would just be patient. Obviously, don't buy a whole bunch here, and just be willing to scale in down. Yeah, but the trend has, we just had this nice sell off in the short term here. We could see price turn around here. We have position buyers here that bought into the breakout. Are they going to defend their positions? I don't know. And then we have the most accumulation that occurred in that area around 85.44, which is just a little bit down below us. So 85.44 be about another 20% to the downside. All right. So we could see a turnaround there as well. Otherwise, we are looking, the only other level of support following that is about another 42% to the downside. And of course, that's the kind of long scale accumulation. We had buyers here for this rally. They bought here, they bought here, they bought here again. So this is the strongest support. We don't want to see that level fail. Otherwise, the next rally is going to see people sell off into it. It's just kind of the dynamics of people down. But overall, pretty good. Resistance is going to come around, like I said, around 1445 on that double bottom and breakdown. Well, happens to the best of us. Let's see here. We have that request for checks. Excuse me. All right. Cryptonomics, good to see you, man. All right, guys, give me 1 sec. We're going to flip the fast time on here real quick. I will be right back. I'm just going to use the restroom real quick, and then we will get back into this. And we'll start off once I get back. We will start off with the checks analysis. And we're back. Merry Crypto Moss indeed. All right. Oh. All right, what was I doing? Thank you very much. All right, we got to check a look at checks. Pepe and Doge gave up the ghost. Pepe is actually kind of back in the buy zone right now. Got a little bit of an inverted head and shoulders potentially if we can bottom right here. As we deviated below the descending triangle, broke back above, breaking above these levels of resistance. And then as far as Doge is concerned, yeah, I like Doge right here. Invalidation if we close back down below the 4 hour. All right, finally, check. Sorry, man. XRP can run, yeah. It's probably going to pull back intraday, though. All right. Let's get our eagle eye view out here on checks. All right, well, kind of a, is this a blue sky breakout? Going back. Blue sky breakout on checks. Yeah, so new all-time high. 45 cents is what we're currently trading at. We seem kind of frozen there. I'm assuming not a ton of liquidity, but that's all right. Let's see here. Well, market structure wise, this is where the whales entered. All right. This is where the sharks entered. All right. We can see a lot of distribution. Old hands selling to new hands. New hands successfully pushing price up, able to break out into a new all-time high. All major moving averages above the 200 SMA. So we have a nice strong bullish trend. We would have had a breakout signal on this candle right here. That's when my strategy would have picked this up for a daily long. Life's good. We are getting a take profit long signal on the daily time frame right now. Again, take that with a grain of salt. That's usually when we lock in 50% profit and move our stop loss up to break even. We also do have short-term support at about 38 cents. My typical strategy for blue sky breakouts is just make sure that you've already locked in about 50% profit if you were lucky enough to enter here, and then just hold on for dear life, because you saw with XRP, you've seen it with other assets. Once we get into that blue sky breakout territory, it's just sky's the limit. Obviously risk is high, so this is not where I would necessarily enter. I mean, if you were entering on a breakout trade here, I would be managing risk right here. And then with regards to targets, we only have one avenue available to us, and that is going to be our extensions. And I'll be a little bit more precise with you because we have such uncharted territories. What is going on? Thank you. All right, so next targets, I would say 51.5 cents, 56, 65, maybe ultimately 78, but that's going to be very long-term 78. But those would be the next blue sky targets. We've got about 15% to the upside, 25% to the upside, and a 618 extension would be about 43.95. These are the only avenues that I know of that are extremely effective at predicting good targets for blue sky breakouts. The other would be, of course, liquidation levels. So going on Coinalyze, going on CoinGlass, and looking at where the liquidation levels are for short positions. Those are often very reliable targets as well. Overall, I like this. Aggressive pullbacks, we can see just that consolidation. The 10 DEMA caught up with price whenever we consolidate and we started pushing. So that's usually what happens. Price will stall out after a big push, and then either it will pull back to the 10 DEMA if we're going to have an aggressive bullish trend, or the 10 DEMA will catch up with it, at which point it will then push to the upside. But yeah, I mean, we're in XRP territory here on CHEX. So hold your position. Make sure, because we are at such an inflection point, that you've taken a little bit of profit off the table if you've been in a profitable position. If not, you just have to manage your risk. I would be managing my risk. Well, here at about 34 cents. This is too tight if we're going to let this thing breathe. If you're short term, let's look at the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, if you're short term, you're definitely managing risk down here at about 38 cents. Overall, 4 hours nice and good. We can see again, 10 DEMA caught up with price and we pumped. We consolidated for a little bit. 10 DEMA caught up with price and we pumped. We actually have a fresh 4-hour continuation long signal on the previous 4-hour closure. That would be giving us targets of about 48 cents, 51 cents, and 54 cents per the Mink strategy. Overall, I mean, this is just a great asset to be holding right now. Congratulations to you, my friend. That would have been Profit Bear Chase. Yes, welcome to the YouTube team, my friend. Profit Bear came in here hot and heavy, tossing around them gifted memberships. All right, time to check back in. Let's lock in, ladies and gentlemen. We are moving into the last half hour. Of the show. Alex asks, would 170-180 be a good target for rotation back into Solana? I probably should have held my short open and just updated risk. I just got a little bullish looking at everything else, and that's all right. You win some, you lose some. So, okay, so I would actually say, so Alex, I don't think you're wrong. Yeah, like absolutely. Like I would say like 165 to 175 would be good, because we can see that's where Sharks entered here. We have consolidation and Sharks entering here. The more critical, or I would say the more relevant area of support is going to be right here, which is going to line up with our 50 daily exponential moving average really well. So that's going to be about, let's just call it, it's at 206, but let's just say price wicks down a little bit. So I would say between like $207 and $205 would be the pullback to the 50 daily exponential moving average, which could absolutely happen. I would actually be fulfilling like my full profit target here on my Solana short. But I also just kind of want to take this opportunity to say, I mean, there are different strategies of capital rotation, and the like what you're talking about, like identifying these key levels and buying pullbacks, that like that's absolutely fine. I think that's valid. At the same time, when I think capital rotation, what I'm primarily looking for is bullish trends. I want to keep rotating my capital into what's pumping. And then I want to identify like, okay, so what are the performers right now? So right now it would be something like XRP. So then on XRP, I want to be kind of looking at the 4-hour, and I want to be buying those aggressive pullbacks there and loading up. Or like again, or on the daily, like those pullbacks, the 10 DEMA, I want to be rotating capital consistently into whatever is aggressively pushing. And there's a couple reasons for that. One, it's going to give you the most punctuated gains, because you get into the habit of rotating into what's hot, which has the highest propensity to move up. And it also gives you a little bit better invalidation. Let me explain. if your idea is that price is going to pull back to the 10 DEMA and this is roughly where we want to rotate capital into, okay, you know that then if price starts deviating away from the 10 DEMA in a more sustained fashion, that your trade is, you're likely on the wrong side of the trade and this thing is going to pull back farther. So then you're able to cut ties. But if on the other hand, you enter Solana at like 170, right? Well, there's a lot of like room for doubt here, like 170. And then if it start heading lower, like, okay, are we going to actually go sub 200 SMA and consolidate? You know what I mean? So I'm less, when I think capital rotation, I'm less interested in like these big drastic pullbacks. Now, having said that, right, there's just different philosophies on these things, because then you could also say, well, yeah, but that's also where I want to buy spot and I'm willing to hold on to the spot there. So again, that's all fine and good as well. I just, not to be pedantic, but I'm just trying to express how I think about capital rotation. When I think about capital rotation, it's about actively shifting my portfolio into what's performing right now. And I get, so I think maybe I'm being too complicated. I guess just the shift is that I'm talking about kind of large swaths in my portfolio. But if we're talking about spot buys down here, we're like, okay, hey, we're going to like allocate like 5% and then we're going to increase. We're going to rotate more capital in as Solana outperforms. If we start, you know, moving up off of 170, 180, then yes, then I think we're totally in alignment. So again, just in summary, I would be a little bit more in the short term and even in the medium term, a little bit more focused on the 50 DEMA. So approximately 206, like 207 to 205, seeing if we do find some nice support there. That's where I would be interested in. Once we start getting below those levels, I start to get concerned that I'm really looking out until I see bullish price action, i.e. price back above the 10 DEMA. But on the outset, I mean, yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong with 170. Let's pull back into kind of the upper range and a more broader support resistance flip. Yeah. Good to see you, Peckham. All right. Bitcoin has completely lost the bullish daily momentum. We now have an indecisive 5-minute trend, indecisive 10-minute trend, indecisive 30-minute trend, indecisive 4-hour trend. Price teasing the 10 DEMA, so I'm actually quite happy. I did keep daily shorts open. Life's good. Looks like, let's check in with Ethereum. Did Ethereum give up the ghost as well? Ethereum seems to have also lost the daily bullish momentum. Indecisive 5-minute trend, indecisive 10-minute trend, bearish 30-minute trend, bullish 4-hour trend. So again, I'm still a big fan of the aggressive pullback into the buy zone right here. And the daily is relatively close to the 10 DEMA. And in fact, a further pullback would just be pulling price back to 4-hour support at about 35.40. Solana losing that intraday momentum as well. XRP as well. Doge as well. Yeah, so Bitcoin does have the market spooked right now. SPY not dropping. Q's not really dropping. Gold not really doing anything. Silver chilling. Natural gas chilling. All right, let's finish up today as we always do with a quick dive through X. Oh, let's laugh, let's cry, let's make fun of some people. The U.S. government has moved 10,000 Bitcoin worth $963 million to Coinbase. Last time the government balance dropped was on August 14th. We went from 207,236 Bitcoin to 197,236. So it's a pretty significant glut. So I'm not seeing, of course, we won't really see this on Glassnode until tomorrow, but I'm not seeing that drop as of yesterday. So I'm assuming that just happened today. Yeah, 10,000 Bitcoin. U.S. government Silk Road. Yeah. Okay. You can see the test. Always send that little test transaction. Calling for a correction on XRP. The XRP army posting threads on Biz every day for years. Oh, wait. Sorry, I think I did my split wrong. There we go. A little bit better splitter. Facebook moms holding up the stock in crypto markets. God bless you. Naomi Brockwell saying the right to privacy and anonymity is essential for preserving the republic. Anonymity protects honest discourse. In a climate of extreme groupthink, revealing your identity can stifle free speech as people fear being shunned or punished for their view. Interesting. If the question is whether we should pay for the services we use, supporting platforms that provide value is important for sustainability, but requiring an ID to pay puts people in an impossible position, forcing them to choose between privacy and participation. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, but we got to understand, listen, there's a couple, so there's going to be a couple. So previously it was considered, the Democratic Party was considered the big tent party, right? And what I mean by that is the term is you have a lot of like different coalitions that have gathered together under enough associated or common beliefs that they're willing to participate together and vote in a block. That was not the case for the Republican Party, but it now is. Donald Trump has completely reformed the Republican Party that now it is the big tent party. So you have, you know, you've got your libertarians, you've got your Christian conservatives, you've got all these other different groups that have kind of coalesced that previously would not have coalesced or considered themselves independent. So there are a couple friction points, right? Privacy being one of those, particularly for people in crypto, right? Because privacy is certainly a strong value in crypto. It's one of the things we were founded on, and I feel that in the push to, it's very natural though, what we're seeing like this strong reaction on the right to, like, for example, this comment from Matt Gaetz that verifying your identity or verifying your account is a basic task to preserve the republic. Serious question for those who truly believe in free speech. Why have you not verified your X account? So yeah, there's this, I don't want to say it's a disconnect, but there is this, and I mean, hell, even Andrew Tate kind of narrated this point relatively well. If you go back, and I'm, by no means a huge Andrew Tate fan, but I've seen the clips mostly from CoffeeZilla's, expose on him. How is crypto private when we have to file taxes? So using cryptocurrency can be anonymous and private. Trying to cash in from cryptocurrency and convert paper gains to fiat gains, you're subject to the laws of your government, whether you're American or Canadian or British. So again, it could be argued whether or not what was the original intention of cryptocurrency. What was Satoshi's vision? Was it for people to be putting money, buying Bitcoin and then speculating on it and then selling it later? Of course, that's a natural part of the market. Hell, it's one of the main reasons for this show. But I think one of the big intentions of Bitcoin is that no, you put USD into Bitcoin and then you use Bitcoin. And yes, actually, Donald Trump has talked about massive zero or massive cuts to capital gains tax on cryptocurrency for American citizens. Yes, that's literally one of his talking points. But we're seeing this backlash. Ooh, is that a light go out? All right, cool. It's going to be a little bit more dramatic. But we're seeing this, like, for example, like this statement, like you should verify your X account. Well, okay, so there's a very good reason for that, and that is due to the absolutely deplorable, like, smear campaign towards anybody on the right from mainstream media and, I mean, basically anybody. But also we have to understand, like, this isn't really new. If you go back to the original, if you go back to the election of 1800, it was John Adams and hold on a second here. And Thomas Jefferson. Yeah. John Adams and Thomas Jefferson. Now, both John Adams and Thomas Jefferson had their own newspapers, and if you go back and like look at snippets of those newspapers, I mean, it is just like the most ridiculous slandering of the other party. So this idea of just completely descending to the lowest rungs possible of polite society, it goes back to the founding of our country, and it goes back to the origins of humanity. Like, this is what we do. We understand that humans make emotional decisions. We follow usually based on emotion. We make decisions based on our emotions, and then we use logic to justify that decision to ourselves in the moment or afterwards. But human beings are emotional animals, and people have known this forever, and people use this to their advantage for forever. So, but there is this huge backlash against, I wouldn't say it's against privacy and anonymity, certainly a little bit, because kind of the idea on the right is like, well, hey, listen. And again, this is what Andrew Tate said. He said he didn't like crypto because you were anonymous and people were being little wusses and like, oh, like, stand up. If you're going to say something, like, say who you are, where you're located, you know what I mean? Like, all this stuff. And this gets complicated when it's like, no, like, we have the right to privacy, you know what I mean? So interesting. But I see that being one of the friction points. I don't think it's going to be front and center, because there are just much, much bigger issues, to be quite honest with you, in the public agenda right now, that this, like, in battle between like private libertarians and like conservatives who are like, no, say what you mean and stand on your word. Both apply, but Press Secretary KJP speaks about the Hunter Biden pardon when asked directly why Biden has done the exact opposite of what he said. KJP delivers a minute of nonsense, deflection, and nothingness. A good rule of thumb is whenever someone emphasizes the word believe, that person probably doesn't actually believe in whatever they're about to say. The US government has 0 XRP to sell and it shows. Most of my bags are nuking, but my health is at an all-time high. Thank you to God. There are tens of millions of Americans who now hate Anthony Fauci, but they couldn't tell you why if you asked them. Here's a few. He lied about the origin of COVID, was instrumental in getting schools and businesses closed, was wrong about masks and vaccine efficacy, then endlessly lied about both, ensuring that harmful policies continued indefinitely and has never been held accountable for any of it. Ooh, fork calligraphy. Look at that. That's cool. Yep, cutting for a loss. Yeah, everybody's flipping out of BTC. Makes sense. All right. Yeah. All right. We'll close out here. Not too bad. Slightly below our entries on BTC. Yeah, not a big deal. Looks like we are going to be heading lower. All right, cool. Well, back to the original plan then, which is this trade setup. Potentially, of course, we've got our first level of support here around 91,600. But if we are going to get that more drastic pullback, we're going down to 89, 89 to 83. And then a really insane pullback would be like 75. Either is possible. Yeah, but what would he... I feel you, Prof. Bear. Like, that's totally what we could expect from this administration, but what would he pardon him on? I don't think Fauci... Has Fauci been charged with anything? Can you, like... Can presidents preemptively pardon someone if they have not been charged with a crime? Yes. Yes, they can. A pardon can be issued before charges are brought, as long as it pertains to federal crimes that may have been committed. For example, President Gerald Ford's pardon of former President Richard Nixon in 1974 was a preemptive pardon for any federal crimes Nixon may have committed during his presidency. Only applies, of course, to federal crimes. Yeah, wow. All right. I get it. How do we feel about that, chat? Flight to Miami for Art Basel is taking off now. For what it's worth, when the token 2049 flight move down happened, it marked the Pico bottom and it was up only from there. All right, let's hold on for a little bit. If current trends continue, a lot of folks are going to assume that Michael Saylor is the CEO of Bitcoin. Normal friends. I told not to buy XRP texting me. Shut the fuck up, Peter Brandt. Society, if we listen to Dino Coin YouTubers. Yep. Hunter Biden has access to wallets. Ooh. Interesting. Everyone is standing and watching this young girl destroy merchandise, and they're all afraid to stop her, restrain her, because they're terrified of what would happen if they laid hands on the child. This is how fearful and backward society has become. Just asking her politely to stop. Yeah, I mean, that's not really how we do things in my house. It's, you know, you're a kid. Shut up, sit down. Pay attention. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's about all we've got. Let's wrap it up. Sorry for the darkness. We had a spotlight go out. I will try to fix that. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me for yet another crypto market update. You guys have been fantastic. We've laughed, we've cried. We lost a little bit of money today, but overall, it's fine. We've been printing. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, sarcastic remarks, and/or death threats, please leave them in the comment section down below. If you found value in this content, don't forget to like and subscribe. Drop us a follow on Rumble, or follow me over on X at cracking, like cracking an egg, _crypto. We will be back tomorrow, same crypto time, same crypto network. And let me know in the comment section down below, is the XRP rally going to continue, or are we going to see that pullback here today? Don't forget to go sign up for our Christmas trading season trading competition over on BYDFi. $2,000 prize pool, second link in the description. Also enjoy your $8,100 in new user deposit benefits, as well as that fee advantaged account you will get for signing up to ByDFi with my link in the description. If you guys want to learn how to gain, if you guys want to learn the strategies that we use live on stream to make money every single day, if you want access to the Minx indicator, the bottom feeder indicator, the Quadrigo take profit and stop loss indicator, all of that can be achieved, as well as all of our coursework, our private community, our trade signals, and much more at crackingcryptocurrency.com. First link in the description. You guys have been amazing. Until tomorrow, trade safely and stay frosty, guys. See you tomorrow.